Today, I'm going to help you strengthen your abs by sitting on your butt. Stick with me. I'm Lisa McCall, and I am the physical therapist that loves posture. Today, we're going to talk about abdominal strengthening. I do not go the traditional route, sit-ups, many of the core exercises, many, not all, but I don't isolate body parts to get them strong. Doesn't make sense. The human body was wired neurologically to work as a whole, not as parts. The only time that happens, that you have to work parts instead of the whole, is actually if your neurological system is broken down, had a stroke, head injury. So really, you're so much more together than you realize. You can work your abs all the time. Let's talk about it. So you see me often talk about center your hips, sit centered. What is centered? You know, I'll talk about standing, my butt is back, I'm not hiked up, but I'm not forward, I don't tuck in, I don't suck in and tuck my butt. So what's this about? Well, it's a posture that I'm focusing on the structure, and then I've got my pubic bone underneath me. It's not forward, it's not back, not these exaggerations, the weight is in the heels. And I go into a sitting position where I'm sitting centered on my crotch. Now, I have plenty of videos for that, or you can buy some on my website, or you can read my book, but basically you can read about that. I just want you to see the importance of it in your abdominal strength, okay? So there's a trust factor. You have to relax this area, which will kind of sometimes stick out first. And then you will tone it up. Because if you're holding it in all the time, it can't really be worked right, or it can't be used right. So let's say you've relaxed your gut, it sticks out, you're not happy, I understand. Then we're going to work two things. You have to work being tall in the back of your neck, not lift your chest up tall, spine tall, and you have to let your body sit centered, not like this, not like this. Okay, so I'm sitting centered. As I sit centered, and my spine is nice and tall, my chest is not elevated, I can lean back just a little, like I'm going to get something off of a table by my office, and I'm working my abs. I can lean forward slightly, and I'm working my back. Abs, back, abs. Here's a sit-up. It really is a sit-up. You're sitting up. That's where I think it came from. Is like coming up from leaning back. So let's take this out. Oops, sorry. Don't want to disturb the dog, you know. So I'm leaning back. I've taught you this. I'm going to come out of the chair. I am not going to pull with my head. I'm going to have my butt press into the chair, and I'm going to come up with my hips and my abs, my torso. It's not just abs. I say abs because people love that. Yes, yes. There's a lot more going on. So if you ever observe athletes, especially ones that are running and jumping, wide receivers, running backs. A lot of times, you know, they'll be interviewing them in the locker room, and you'll see their body. They're not sucked in. These guys are stacked. They're lean, young, but they're out. What you see on men's magazines and GQ and all these are these guys sucked in with shoulders forward. That may be attractive to you. Personally, it's not to me. And the reason it's personally not attractive is because I have a real respect of seeing the beauty of the body when it's moving well. So anyway, off of that, if you will observe people who move well, running back, wide receiver, you'll see that they kind of sit like this. They stay in that posture all the time. It's just the way they are. That's the way they move. So I teach you how to move so that all your movements, your exercises, your workouts, your sitting, everything can be strengthening your abdominals and toning you up. What more could you want? Yeah, man. So if you like this, please share, subscribe, and give me feedback. You have questions? I have answers.